Maya and
Chris Dawson.
And it's been a while since we've done Convos with creatives. So we thought we would do a movie edition and give a short review of the new Bad Boys movie. Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die. So what'd you think?
I thought it was a very good movie. I know we kind of ranked them before. For me, I feel like this movie out of the 4 was the third best one to me. You know what I mean? I still go in this order. For me, it's 1, 2, 4 now, and then 3.
Okay, all right. I had a different perspective. I really enjoyed this one, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really have very high expectations. I was like, are they just hyping this up because, this is Will's comeback, if you will, back into the spotlight, back into media?
It really isn't.
I mean, what blockbuster has he done since the slap? What blockbuster?
He had, not a blockbuster, but he had Emancipation, right?
That's like I said, what
but
blockbuster?
That went to Apple, though. But he had something that came out prior.
There was no kind of rollout. And y'all, we're the rollout experts. This was a textbook rollout, okay? There was no type of rollout for Emancipation. That was a very quiet, under the radar movie where you had to see it and let it speak for itself. Okay. But
we're not talking about that.
Exactly. Okay.
We're talking about Bad Boys, Ride or Die.
So all I'm saying is I didn't necessarily have very high expectations because I was like, is this hype or is this a legit movie, a legit good movie? And y'all, I was really impressed. I appreciated it. Now, let me just say first and foremost, I am a Bad Boys fan. Like, the first movie is one of my top 5 favorite movies. I will watch it over and over and over again. It does not matter what I am doing. I will stop what I'm doing and I will watch it again. I will recite the lines with the movie. I will recite the lines around the house. I'm a fan, okay? So all that to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think I enjoyed it because it had some nostalgic moments in it too. We're not going to do any spoilers, but I think they do a great job of bringing back some former, people that were in the cast from the first. They do some great flashbacks from the second and third, even. Like, they do a great job the way they recreate certain shots. I'm not giving the specific shots. I'm just saying they did a good job. That's all I'm saying.
For some people, they're going to say you're giving away the flashbacks from 2 and 3.
I didn't say what scene. I ain't say what it was about.
It was still about the flashback.
Okay, well, anyway.
I don't know how you do a movie review without spoilers. I just don't know.
If you do spoilers, you're saying what happened in the movie, and I didn't say what happened in the movie.
You didn't, but you did say, hey, a flashback was happening from 2 and 3.
Correct.
Okay.
And so I thoroughly enjoyed it because it had that nostalgic feel while it was still cutting edge. It was nonstop action. Literally from the moment the movie starts, they did still an incredibly stellar job of incorporating comedy like they always do.
It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a very good movie. I feel like I told my wife, I said, I don't know if I'm ready for part 5 though. Like I'm like,
yeah, they about to ride this thing till the wheels fall off for real. And I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that because we were talking about, okay, how many Fast and Furious movies have there been? How many Mission Impossible movies have there been? How many Indiana Jones movies have there been? Harrison Ford is like 80 years old, still doing stunts.
But I think the question goes, how far can you take this? My opinion is this: if they do a 5, one of them got to die. One of them got to die. It can't be continual because at the end of the day, then it's gonna become like old Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? And not old bad
boys.
Not like in a bad way. Like I said, I love the movie. Will Smith did his thing. Martin did his thing. Martin was really good.
He was hilarious.
He was really.
He did an excellent job.
He was really good in this. And I think I'm just saying, for me, after a while, it starts to get redundant. Like, I don't know what else story you can tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it, like, if you talk about Fast and the Furious, I don't want it to go into the Fast and Furious lane. It's a great franchise, but after a while, it's like, y'all in space now.
The only thing, that was a bit
under
much.
The sea, y'all over there by the mountain. Y'all, it went from car thieves to where in the world's Carmen Sandiego.
Well, that's what makes it the movie.
But it's good. It's good. I'll say that. it's a good franchise. It's a good movie.
Yes.
But at the same time, you just got to know when. And even going back to what you said about Fast and Furious.
Mm-hmm.
Fast and Furious know this last one coming out is it.
Yeah, they do.
So
but
you got to know your
10.
cutoff. Yeah, but you got to know your cutoff.
The 10.
You got to know your cutoff. What do you think about? Okay, so since we are, of course, you're here with Convos with Creatives. We are creatives. We've worked on a movie before. We worked on a short,
and we specialize in rollouts.
And we specialize in rollout.
Yeah.
What did you think about like the way it looked, the movie, and stuff of that?
Like I said, I thought it was dope the way they shot it. I think they did an excellent job of blending some new shots with some nostalgic shots, because they have like some signature shots from the first, second, and even third that they did a good job of weaving in. But then they also had some dope shots. Actually, I think Will Smith did showed a clip of one of it on one of them on his social media page, and just the way they did it, like it really had a gamified feel to it. So it's just they did an excellent job the way it was shot, I will say.
Yeah, it was shot very well. I think the directors from Part 3 were the returning directors. So I like the ideas that they came up with, different shots. I like how stuff was the different angles and different things of that nature, and also I was like the set design was really good. Like different sets look really good, and to the fact of the matter of how they used some of them and saying like some was in Atlanta and some was in Miami, and the thing
you mean some of it was shot in Atlanta?
Yeah,
some of it
but
it all took place in Miami.
It all took place in Miami, but some of the shots you could tell was not Atlanta, but you could tell probably was on a soundstage or whatever. But they still made it look like Miami.
That's true.
And I'm big on continuity. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't mess up the continuity.
Okay, speaking of continuity, and this is not a spoiler because there have been interviews about this, y'all. Okay, while they were making this movie, it came out that Teresa Randall, who plays Marcus's wife, which is also played by Martin Lawrence, was not going to be in this one. Instead, they got Tasha Smith, from Why Did I Get Married and Better.
Well, she did a good job.
That's what I was going to ask you. What did you think? Did you miss Teresa? Did you feel cheated?
Honestly, I'm going to say this. Teresa's role in the first one was so strong that it kind of digressed each one.
It did.
So you kind of could replace it because the third one, she wasn't really like like the acting wasn't, not saying she did a bad job acting, but it wasn't like her role wasn't like growing. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So to me, I feel like she was strong in number one. And then like by the time she got to number 3, it was just like, hey, Marcus, get the kids. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it was really not really the focus. She wasn't really focusing no more. Yeah. So I feel like, they probably thought like, I don't know if they asked her to do it or not. Yeah. But at the same time, if they did and she turned it down, or if they want to go in another direction, I mean, Tasha did her thing.
Tasha did her thing. I didn't feel unvived, if that makes sense to y'all. I didn't feel unvived in the situation. I felt like, okay, Tasha, all right.
No. Okay, so let me ask you a question real quick. If you had to rank the bad guys.
The bad guys.
Like the main bad guys from each movie. How would you rank them?
I gotta say, his son was ruthless in the third one.
So his son will be number one.
Was.
His son will be number one. Who would be number 2?
Probably the one from number 2. He was a good villain. The guy that they went to in
the ecstasy dealer.
Was it in Cuba? They had to go to Cuba to go. Yeah, I would say he was pretty ruthless. So he would be number 2. And then number 3 would probably be this villain from number 4, and then the villain from number 1. I wasn't very impressed with the one in number 1.
Number 1 was vicious. He was vicious. He killed old boy. It was like.
What's your? How would you rank them?
I would go. See, I like villains different ways. You like vicious villains.
I do.
I like villains that are a little bit smart. Just because you're killing people don't mean that you're a great villain. I think you're excellent at what you do because you're a villain. But I'll say this: if I had to rank, I would say number 1 is number 1 because he was smart and he was vicious. Then I would go number 2. I'm sorry, no, I'll go number 3. I'll go with his son at number 2, and then I will go with. I'll say this: I'll go with I'll go with this new one for number 4 at number 3,
Okay.
and then number 2 villain will be last.
Okay.
Number 2 villain was, I don't think he was as
I got
strong,
you.
but
that's so interesting to me though, because like you ranked your movies, you ranked number 1, number 2, and then number 4, number 3 for your favorite in order. In order of favorite for me, number 1 definitely, and then I said number 3 was number 2, and then no, I take that back. I said number 1 was number 1, number 4 was number 2, number 3 was number 3, and number 2 was number 4. Because I don't know why. I just couldn't get into the second one. Like,
the second one was really good.
They had great action sequences, and but to me, it's not like a movie that I will sit down and watch over and over again. Maybe certain scenes, and then I'll move on. Like, I love the scene with Reggie, which is another reason you need to see number 4. But I love the scene with Reggie in number 2. So I watch stuff like that over and over again. But I'm good. I think
this one probably had the most action out of. I would say
number 2 had a lot of action.
It did, but this one was like different ways of action. All types of action
and nonstop action.
Nonstop.
It was very, very good. Very good so, all right. So, anything else you want to share for this review?
I would say also, I would say about this movie is that even if they make more, most likely they will, because box office based off success. I just want to be smart about it. Like, how do you continue? And honestly, I think they were smart on this one because
absolutely.
Without giving it away, like, you've seen the different side of Will Smith in this one.
You did, and you saw a different side of Martin.
Yeah, so
it was good, really good.
I think if you play on those things, it will be good. So that's what I think. Overall, I think it's out of a 5. I say it's a 4.
I would say that. I could agree with that. I could agree with that. And I'm gonna say, go and support y'all. Like, we are avid supporters of not just people of color that are on the front, behind, on the main stage and in front of the lens, but behind it as well. And the fact that Westbrook, Will Smith's company, co-produced this,
they were producers.
Huge.
Both of them were like
that's
executive
huge.
Producers.
So support for that reason, definitely, because we want to support people that are independents that are out here doing it, regardless of how big their names are. Like, that's a different type of money on the back end, and they have something to prove when they're on the back end like that. So support it, because the numbers need to be shown as it relates to box office. And if you a fan, like I'm a fan, so I was like, we're getting our tickets, we're going open tonight, we're going. But support it, definitely support it, and let us know what you think. Comment
below what you thought. We are grateful that you watched this film, and I'm grateful that you watched this.
Yes,
we're grateful that you watched this video, and just comment below what your order is for villain, what your order is for each sequel.
How you would rank them.
What's your rank? You know what I mean? So that's it, man. Convos with Creative. This is the Bad Boys Ride or Die review. And if you out there saying, hey, man, I want y'all to review this movie, or matter of fact, we're creative, so we can do music too. If you want us to say, hey, review this song, or review this album, talk about rollouts more, whatever you want in the comments below, let us know, and we will get back with you.
All right, see y'all.